no peace treaties, it's forever up. The beat your feathers up. Have a shorty said don't leave out. You ever seen your homies? I'm talking pain.
Greetings, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K. Well, Grant, we're near the middle point of the year now. At what point do coaches start looking at limiting the minutes of their stars?
You know, each game is really the determining factor for how that plays out. So, when possible, you keep your stars in there for close games and get them some rest when the outcome isn't in question.
And now, Dallas' starting group. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Christie in at the shooting guard. And a fast break now. The Mavericks on the run. Randle can't hit. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Coming off that win against the Sixers.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
Absolutely, especially on the road when you need those guys off the bench to up the end. And one way to stretch a career, taking more shots from outside. LeBron, the ageless one, knows it well.
Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Will Hardy. I asked him about Julius Randle and why he's so hard to stop. Coach said it's the ball handling, the spin moves, and the ability to finish against length. They want to try to force him right and take him out of his rhythm. Something many teams have tried, but few have accomplished. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Hendricks, and he jams it after taking a nice feed on the run.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And it's good for two.
I got a question for you. How do you defend Irving in the pick and roll? He's so quick, and his ball handling is so good, absolutely, virtually impossible.
Nice shot by Christie.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the three in transition.
Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
And Irving gets it to go.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
And there's James from the arc. The Jazz again can't hit.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And he comes up with a bucket.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Tomorrow, he's checked in for Dallas. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Kyrie Irving.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
Now, here is James. 15 in his last outing. Pass to George. Will it go? And it's Gobert with a rebound.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. Dallas shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
And he sinks the second. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Irving against Jones. Pass to Hendricks. Back to Jones. Just 5 to shoot. From outside the arc. And he buries his first look.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And Irving has got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. And seeing this team right now is a problem. They've got 14 consecutive victories.
Just a fun team to watch when you get right to it. I mean, the way they're executing at both ends of the floor, it seems like they're getting better each game. Communication, ball control, ball security, defensively. They are very adaptable, and we've seen how they adjust, always learning and constantly tweaking the winning formula.
Here's Hendricks after the basket by Dallas. 5 to shoot. Jones in the post. He's against Gobert. Jones misses.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
That one goes in.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Up again.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
There's a minute 34 left now in the first quarter. Outside Jones. George scanning the floor. Pass to Hendricks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jones misses. The Mavericks lead by 8. Irving attacking over Jones, and it's Dallas scoring again.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here is James. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Irving for 3. James with the rebound. Utah's gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. Shot to stop the run. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. So for Dallas, Jackson Davis is checked in for Rudy Gobert. Jones comes in for Randall. And Mitchell subbed in for Irving. 32 seconds left in the first quarter here. And there's a pick. Here's Collier. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
The Mavericks leading. Right side Jones. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Collier.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And you know, it's
good! Are you kidding me?
Oh, my goodness. That's how you beat the clock. Unreal. A bomb at the buzzer whips the crowd into a frenzy right at the stroke of halftime.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Dallas on top, leading by 8. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Mavericks.
So far, they've had a lot of success off fast break plays, and they'll probably continue to push the tempo as much as possible.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
On the court right now for Dallas. They've got Davion Mitchell. He's out there with Herb Jones. And it's Isaac in at the center position. The shake. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 9 points in the game.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
Here's Collier. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Well, Clark, playing time is so difficult to come by. So what's the best way to stay ready if you're on the end of the bench?
Yeah, that's a good question, B. I never experienced that as a starter in the short career that I had in the NBA. With all the travel, I think you just got to make a commitment to get in the extra work between the few practices that you have. So it's really being self-motivated as an individual to be professional and anticipate that you're going to be ready if your number's called.
Bailey off the mark there with a 3.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Christie's got his second bucket of the night.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And now let's turn the spotlight on the NBA's highest scoring teams. The Mavericks, number 1.
We knew the scoring talent on this team would be tremendous, but they may have even exceeded our own expectations.
Screen by James. Here's Bailey. Back to James. Plenty of space. And there it is for him. James has got 5 points.
LeBron ready to fire. Shot it with confidence there.
Pass to Kamari. Picked it out of midair. The shot by James, no good.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Christie's shot is off. Jazz trail by 8. Here's Collier. And there's the drive. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
There's a touch of artistry to the floater. Takes feel as much as skill.
The Mavericks making a switch here. Randall is checked in. Dallas leading by 6. Mitchell, the pass to Randall. With the teardrop. Good D by Kessler. The Jazz have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Here's Collier. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. And this will be his second trip to the free throw line.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
A different look here for Utah. Hendricks comes in for Bailey. And it's Keontae George in for Jones. Here's Kamari. Three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
James outside. The putback controls the rebound and the putback.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Here's Christie. And it's off from three-point range. Jazz trail by 4. Pass to Hendricks. James with the ball. To the middle. Now Kessler. Here's Hendricks. 4 on the clock. Kessler passes to George. Randall pulls down the board. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Mavs. They've led by as many as 11. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City where they beat the Jazz.
You have to respect their ability to stay consistent away from home, keeping their cool and making quality shots.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their sets.
The Jazz have gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
Shot from the wing. No good off the glass.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Christie's shot is off.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Jones from outside. And another miss by Utah.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
George outside. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
He had a big height advantage there and did not mess around with it. Took advantage.
There's 48 seconds left in the second.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
George with the bucket.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Pulls it in from the elbow. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Bailey. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Bailey's got his third basket on the night right there.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Dallas shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And he drops it first.
2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both shots. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Bailey. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim. Bailey's got 6 in the quarter. 11 seconds left in the second period. Here's Christie. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving. And the Mavericks lead by 3. Fires away from way outside. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Dallas on top. They're up by 3. And we'll be back right after this.
We'll get to the first half action in just a second, but first, let's take a look at where teams are sitting in the power rankings.
Looking at Dallas, they're the best team in the league, and they know it. When you're the biggest dog, throw that muscle around, keep the rest of the pack in line.
Listen, nobody should be surprised by how they're playing. This team is loaded.
And moving on now, the Mavericks are in the thick of it. A very competitive game so far.
Watching them on the offensive end, they did a great job moving that basketball. There's no surprise in those assist totals, how they reflect that.
Keeping everyone involved, keeping everyone engaged.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Dallas leading by 3. We've got Walker Kessler, George out there with Tyus Jones. Then there's LeBron James, and it's Hendricks in at the 4. And that's the group for Will Hardy as we begin the second half. Dallas has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Inside. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George. And midway through the season, here's a look at the Western Conference standings right now. You look at the Mavericks. They're in first place right now with a tremendous record. They're certainly the team to beat. And, of course, the Jazz far behind in the standings.
Well, right now for the Mavericks, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Randall inside, continuing to put up the points, averaging 14 per game. That one doesn't drop. Jones against Irving. To the paint. Here's Hendricks. And that one is stuffed right through.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Here's Gobert. Outside for Irving. Let's go with a 3. Knocks down the long J. Irving's got 11.
Kyrie Irving, what a touch from deep.
You know, Clark, watching Kyrie Irving, he still does things you just can't believe.
His ball handling ability is just remarkable, and his finishing ability surpasses his rush hour handles. And that's saying a ton. He can beat anybody off the dribble. He can make tough shots. He really is one of the elite scorers from the guard position in the history of the NBA. I don't think that's an overstatement. From the angles he finishes, the shots he can make, he's as elite as we've had in the league.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Kessler banked it in off the glass. He's got 6.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
George finds Jones. Out left to the wing. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. The shot's good. And now it's just a 4-point Maverick lead.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, hey, they've been clearly the better team.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Up top, Randall. It's good. Randall's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, he's a wrecking ball on offense. Randall, so good at finishing inside.
Looking to end this. Power it home!
Oh, wow! LeBron showing you how he does it. A stylish flush by King James.
Bailey's checked in for Utah. Kamara, he's checked in for Dallas. Clark, it's special getting to call LeBron James games. How is the King still doing this at this age?
B.A., I think there are guys that come along every 30, 40 years that are just different than other guys, other players. He's in that category. One of the all-time greats. And he's just been remarkable. Certainly DNA has a role in his longevity and excellence, but you got to give him a ton of credit. He's committed to being at a high level for a long time, and it's remarkable to watch him do what he's doing at this age.
Irving against Jones. Irving, no good. The Jazz have gotten 6 of 10 shots to fall in this third quarter. It's stolen by Irving. Throws it up high.
Smooth finish off a terrific feed.
Man, the timing and execution couldn't have been any better right there.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. They've got the Rockets ahead of them next in Houston. They're kicking off a 4-game road trip. For the tie. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
And time for us to check in on the NBA assist leaders over the last 10 games. Number 1, Kyrie Irving.
He's making a lot of friends with the way he's been moving the ball, setting up his teammates nicely in their favorite spots.
For the lead. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 6 rebounds in the game. Stolen by Jones. Pass to Bailey. The 3 is up. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Kamari. George defending. Irving, that's good.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter. And Irving has got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. They've led by as many as 11. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Tipped away. Drives to the hoop.
Oh, man. Whoa. Punch, that was.
Bad intentions.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
Collier, he's checked in for Jones. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the lob. Stolen by Jones.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Mitchell against George. The three is up. Can't get it to drop. And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He wants to review the game plan. It could go. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? The Mavericks on top. They're up by 6. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter when we return. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court right now for Dallas, we've got Herb Jones. Davion Mitchell is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Christie in at the 2-guard. Offensive rebound.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Here's Collier. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Bailey.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
For 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Nice shot by Christie. And now a 9-point Maverick lead.
Throughout the second half, they've achieved excellent efficiency on the offensive end.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting. One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Here's Randall. Utah with the rebound. Filipowski's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Collier. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Bailey. Jones with some nice D. The Mavericks lead by 7. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. A chance to check out Dallas's upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll head home to take on the Toronto Raptors. Then on Tuesday, they'll be taking on Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And looking at the Toronto matchup, that's one that could easily go either way. A few mistakes could be the difference. I expect it to be a fun one.
The Jazz making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Gobert's checked in for Dallas.
Second team foul.
Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the 4th. The 3, James. LeBron fires and hits a 3.
1 triple for him in the first half. Now he's hit another.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 to open the 4th quarter. Here's Christie. The 3. Nails it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
James outside. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. The Mavericks lead by 7. Here's Randall. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
Jones, the pass to James. LeBron, a A smooth operator inside.
His overall size and strength really sets James apart from the rest of his peers when you think about his skill set inside.
Both teams will make substitutions. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message that Jason Kidd was giving to his team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Jazz trail by 9. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth.
Look, the physicality has always stood out with LeBron. It's been obvious, but his basketball IQ is what makes him such a special player. I mean, he sees the game like very few ever have.
Both free throws good from James. Dallas leading by 7. Here's Irving. Pass to Christie. There's the triple. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Randall against George. Back to Kessler. James outside. Offline with a 3. Dallas has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Lets the 3 fly. LeBron with the rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Out to the right wing. From deep. Hits a 3-pointer. Christie's got 8 points here in the quarter. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Mavericks.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
LeBron going downhill. And he banks in the layup.
You know, once he takes that first step, LeBron is virtually unstoppable. Raw athleticism gives him the upper hand.
Irving against Jones. And that one's good. Irving's got 11 in the second half.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
And I tell you what, guys, nobody's been more... What you say?
Oh, my goodness.
Come on now.
And a comfortable win for them here. Game is out of reach. Good performance for the Mavericks.
Tonight, they got everybody in on the scoring. Had nice passing, which led to good looks.
Just solid play by these guys.
And for the year now, they've chalked up 35 wins.
It's just a great matchup for them. And they're looking for the 4-game season sweep in their next meeting.
They really do. I mean, there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I'd have to believe the sweep will be in order.
No good from outside. There's 48 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Knocked away. Here's Christie. This one for 3. Getting it to fall there. He's 8 of 15 in the game.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Takes the 3. Unable to get that one. And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they've made some great plays, but way too many turnovers. Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
Kessler with a rebound. And so Dallas takes this one by a big margin. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. And time now to present our player of the game.